Yo, 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 it's Coach Tally Adams, football guru, and welcome back to Football Guru Counterpunch. Bang! Here I am again with another episode. Happy to be back with you guys. Here I am again. So we talking about Tennessee Volunteers University quarterback, starting quarterback Nico. Um, he decided not to come to practice this morning. He wants more money. He's a really, really talented quarterback. So I want to talk about him today, and I want to hear you guys' input at the bottom and let me know how you feel about this situation that's going on. Um, Tennessee's spring game is tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And definitely a lot of fans have already, paid for their ticket coming out to the game. And he's definitely going to let a lot of people down. So right now he's trying to hold leverage to the situation of he wants more money. Coming out of high school, the kid, he's played 2 years in college football. Coming out of high school, he signed an NIL deal for like $8 million, $8 million, and that's a lot of money, for a kid coming out of high school. But as everybody always know, yesterday's dollar is not today's dollar. So he wants more money. So he was supposed to get around $2.4 million this year to play quarterback at Tennessee. And remember, we talk about college football. We're talking about college football right now. We're not even talking about the NFL. We're talking about college football where people are definitely making the demands on what kind of money they want and having contracts. Like, is college football anymore, or is college football professional? Will kids, will they continue to go to class? Will the NCAA cut school out soon and just be like, hey, the kid can just go play football, or downgrade the hours of, how many hours you attend in class, because this is the football and the leverage of these guys is getting out of hand. So I definitely want to hear what you guys got to say. I mean, the guy is pretty good. He's playing in one of the tough conferences in college football. He went 10-3 last year, including the bowl game, and 6-2 in the conference in the SEC, which is a very, very tough conference, as we all know. So the guy's a big time player. His stats were pretty good last year, throwing for over 2,000 yards. He only threw like 5 interceptions last year. I think he threw for like 19 touchdowns. Tied for like 34 in QBR. So he's pretty good. But being tied at 34 is QBR, and is it worth your leverage? Well, I guess if you know what's around you or not, what you're basically worth and how much the team really needs you. Would this put a damper in us in their locker room? By him, if he does not play in the spring game tomorrow at 2 o'clock, definitely putting a damper in their coaches, the taste in their mouth, and I'm pretty sure some of the players as well. And maybe some of the players may be saying, hey, man, get your money, but this is definitely where can hurt a season, because for him to say that, I believe that, somebody is tampering with him and talking to him. So I believe there's another school involved. Somebody's in his ear. Somebody is trying to get him to transfer to their school. Maybe he's trying to go to USC. Maybe he's trying to get over there with Lincoln Riley. I think I'm a thinker, and I know that, Lincoln Riley is a quarterback coach that that's been sending guys to the NFL first round picks, and maybe he's trying to get over there with him. That's what I would think, that if he was trying to leave, he would be trying to get to a place that has a quarterback coach that's putting guys in the first round in the NFL. So that's my guess, and that's my take. I do my homework, and I think, and I believe that's where he's trying to get to. I think he's trying to get there, up to USC, so he can be a first round draft pick. That's just my take on it. But I definitely want to hear what you guys, feel about the situation. College football is turning into a professional environment. The portal is definitely the spring portal. There's 2 portals. And then definitely the spring portal is about to open up in a couple more days, within April the 16th, from April the 16th to like April the 25th. So that's basically giving them 10 10 days to decide, if they want to transfer or not. They definitely don't have to commit with a team, but they can declare with a team. Well, meaning if they do declare with a team, they do lose their roster spot. They'll lose their roster spot, meaning that they'll lose their scholarship. They'll lose their scholarship. The team could, accept them back, but they don't. Once you declare to another team in intent, you do not have to. They don't. The school that you left, or say that you're leaving, do not have to give you your full scholarship back. They can give you half. They can give you. They don't have to give you any. But I'm just saying that's what declare means when they declare their intent, because they don't have to commit with a school during the portal session, but they can declare with a school, meaning that that's a school that they say that they're going to attend. It's a dangerous game. In the portal, it's a dangerous game because you can end up with nothing. Because you could declare, and then the other school can decide, hey, we don't want you that bad. So you can lose out on everything. And end up as a backup. You just don't. Or end up at a school that you really don't want to be at because you ruin your relationship at the place that you are playing football or any sport at. So this thing is about relationships, and when anybody knows that's been in relationships, when you start threatening to leave, it's tough, and everybody have a sour taste in their mouth. And sometimes the relationship never pans out to be the same, because people looking sideways at you of, saying, hey, what is this guy going to do next year? Is he going to do the same thing? So that's just a part of the nature of the beast of college sports now, the NIL. So I definitely want to hear, do you guys think that he should try to get the bag, try to get more money? He's about to get $2.4 million. I mean, that's a lot of money for a college football player. He's feeling like he wants more. They are willing to, give him more money, but they're just not willing to meet all his demands. He wants a lot of demands, and those demands could come with a lot of stuff. That's giving my mom a car, my dad a car, my mom a job, my dad a job, my sister a job. It's a lot, that these demands come with. 15 home game tickets, 15 away game tickets. I want my family on a plane. It's on plane. I want 15 of my, family on a plane each and every game that we play away. It's a lot that these demands come with. And these just examples of, some of the demands that these players are now, giving out. You should just be a scholarship. And not saying that players didn't deserve to get paid, because I wish I would have got paid, but it's just the other demands that's coming with it, is like somebody else sees somebody do something, they want to do it too. So basically it's monkey see, monkey do. And so college football is definitely turning into a professional business. I definitely feel like soon that the kids won't have to go to school anymore. And you just come sign college scholarships, and you just get money, you receive it, maybe do 2 classes and you just play football, or play whatever, sport that you play, because basketball players, baseball players, they're getting them too. I do my homework on that. So I do another podcast on that another day. But today is on the starting quarterback from Tennessee Volunteers, Nico. And I want to know, do you guys feel like he should hold out and hold leverage like that, because is he selfish? It's tough, because I'm a coach as well, and I was a player as well. So I'm trying to think both ways and meet in the middle. But definitely letting your team down, not being able to play with them tomorrow, or not showing up tomorrow because they reached out to him and they were not able to get a hold to him. It would have been smart for Tennessee, maybe just to keep it in-house and not say anything about it, but it leaked out, and now the world knows. So it's going to be way more now on what's going on. So that's my take for today, man. Thanks, y'all, for coming and watch me, man. TA Football Guru. Y'all come check me out on all my pages, and I'll be dropping links to the YouTube, man. Coach Taliata, football guru, counterpunch. Bang. Love y'all. Be safe.